So, okay, well, good morning, everybody. And I'm thrilled today because we have Carla Bond, who is a star young loan officer in, is it Birmingham, Michigan?
Birmingham, Michigan. Just got
Right.
pounded with lots of snow.
Oh, okay. Oh, boy. So, what kind of market is that? Like, what's your average loan amount?
So it varies depending on the county. So there's three prominent counties here. So we're officed is in Livonia, which would be Wayne County. And the average would be about 200, 250, but Oakland County is about 400 if you're lucky enough to kind of break through to some of the realtors in Oakland County. So
Okay. So, yeah. So, kind of a good mix.
mhm.
So our market is kind of like Oakland County. So, okay, Carla. So I had you on today because I was really impressed with the amount of business you did your first year. You said you did over $7 million, and I was impressed by the way that you did it. Kind of old school, making contacts. Can you elaborate? So, how did you get all that business your first year?
Sure. So I have spent the past 24 years in hospitality. And so when the pandemic hit, our hospitality exploded. So I was like everyone else, I was like, I'm going to give real estate and the mortgage world a try and got my license and but knew nothing about the industry. And as you guys know, when we go through our licensure, it doesn't really teach you about the ins and outs of what we do. I mean, when I started, I was a deer in the headlights, still am, still learning like difference between unattached condo, site condo. It's a mess, but still every day it's crazy. But it was my responsibility to make my phone ring. Our office, most everyone in our office have 20 plus years. They're very experienced. So if I've got questions on the guidelines, I go to them, but to learn how to sell, that has been all me. So I joined a lot of, when I first started, I joined a lot of the Facebook groups of new loan officers, a lot of forums just to kind of absorb as much information as I could. I also invested in MBS Highway because it's a great tool to understand the finance aspect so that you could be a better advisor to your clients. So when you come off as somewhat of an advisor versus someone of just a note taker or an order taker, it creates a different dialogue with the client. So I've discovered that from the beginning. I learned guidelines. The underwriter guy on YouTube has been amazing. So I just started reaching out to realtors and I didn't hold anything back. I'm new, I'm learning, especially new realtors. That's where I started. So I reached out to the board here in Oakland County, and I went through also LARA, which is the licensing agency for the state of Michigan. And I got realtor list and I just started making calls. And I reminded them
How did you filter out and discern which realtors to contact? I mean, there's thousands, right?
There are thousands. So you can look on Zillow. I just started kind of looking, I think truly grassroots. Like I did a lot of what I refer to internet stalking on LinkedIn, on Zillow. I look up for reviews to kind of assess, how much business they've done or if they're doing business currently. And then I also I did invest in creating a brand with, I think it's called the Originator Success, which is Hammer, so that I would have some legitimacy behind my name. So when people would look me up, I'd have a nice landing page and I'd have a bit more of an online presence so that when these realtors started referring people, or if I just started getting phone calls, people had a place to look to see is, where I am or who I am. And I just started making calls and just reminded them that they were new once and not trying to be of a nuisance, but just wanted to learn about, what they do, what's difficult for them in their market. And then I just kind of took some of those guidelines and ran with it and went back to them with some solutions, either non-QM options, or there's a lot of FHA here in Wayne County. So I've really started to kind of dig into that to better educate myself on how to present that better and be able to help the realtors with those. So through underwriting, because FHA tends to get turned away over conventional from the seller's perspective. So I have been fast tracking them. I've been putting them through our underwriting system as TBDs, so that it's as soon as they make that offer, we can have a quick close. So I'm just trying to, it's just truly by trial and error that I've been fighting my way through it.
It sounds like you're doing everything right, just, like textbook sales. You said you were in the hospitality industry. Did you do sales in hospitality? I mean, that could be a lot of different positions.
I did. I was I was the senior vice president for a company called Conference Direct, and my scale of my events were very large citywides. We'd buy out a whole city, buy out hotels, convention
Wow.
centers, arenas. So when the pandemic hit, all that went away, because obviously people can't congregate in large groups. Still questionable today. So I decided to really invest in something else. And what I did learn is I'll never, put my eggs all in one basket, because like that, it can go away. So, but this industry seems, everybody is.
We've been so fortunate.
Yeah. And now everybody's, very nervous about the rate aspect. But I think if we do a good job of educating ourselves and explain to the clients that although rates are increasing, there's still tons of opportunity for refis. There's still tons of opportunity for purchase. It's just, and they're still historically low. They're just not where they were before. So as long as you understand and you can put yourself as an advocate to your client and to your realtor, make them look good, you're going to continue to get the referrals. And last year I only signed one realtor last year. I've signed 2 this year. I'm not anticipating having more than 8, because I don't think my bandwidth can handle that. My goal is really like 10, 12 loans a month, and I'll be very happy. But, and at that point, I'll have to bring on some people to help me, because the timelines.
Right. So what does that term mean, sign an agent?
Well, I mean, okay, so like they don't. Great question. So they don't sign specifically, a preferred agreement with you, but they refer their business to me, especially if I'm in those niche areas that they need that help with. So like Oakland County realtors in certain parts of Oakland County, it is all FHA, which that seems to be where I'm falling into a bit of a niche. So those are starting to become referrals, and it will just be a matter of time if I prove myself to them that I can then get more of the higher end conventional loans. But so now I'm getting, on a consistent basis, I'm getting referrals from 3 realtors, and it might be 1 to 2 a month. But for 2 realtors, it's like anywhere from 2 to 4 deals I'm getting. So now I'm starting to get more of a consistent basis, which has taken me a year to get to that point,
Right. To make a lot of money in this business, you don't need to have 50 real estate agents under your belt. 4 to 6 good agents and you're making good money. So
yeah, that's right. And I think if you just take care of that core, they're going to take care of you.
So, okay, I want to get back to that, but I want to rewind because I'm still amazed. So back at day 1, you're putting your list together, you're calling on real estate agents. Some of them you said were kind, and they remembered when they first started and they gave you a shot. but still, how do you get that trust in the beginning? Because if I'm a real estate agent, especially you said a new agent, you know, how am I going to trust you, somebody new, where, you know, maybe I have 1 or 2 deals the whole month. It's like half my income. I'm going to want a seasoned veteran, right?
Yeah, I disagree with that. I mean, a seasoned veteran's great, but I think a new MLO coming in has more time to spend on that opportunity, more time to spend with your client, really going through the whole process with them, and it allows a better communication to the agents. And then I just got everybody involved, the title company. I just wanted to prove myself not only to my borrower's agent, but also to the listing agent. So that's how I was able to actually.
How did you get the title company involved?
So when we started, you know, when I would get the opportunity, that was the first question I asked: who do they use for title? And I made an introduction to to the title company right away. That, you know, I work with Gold Star. I'm here. I'm partnering with a realtor on a loan, and I just want to make sure I had all their needs met up front as well. So I made sure that and I kept everybody on one email trail, so it kept the communication and updates. So everybody knew what was happening with that loan all the way through, from when I first secured it to when we closed it.
Right, that's great. And using like, you know, third-party referrals and building a business team and kind of forcing yourself into a business team adds credibility and legitimacy. They start to see your name with a top closing title company, your name with an established realtor on the same emails, and all that stuff just adds credibility. I think it's terrific. Okay, so it sounds like what you've done is you've kind of you're starting to put together a preferred list of real estate agents that you have maybe gone deep with in the relationship. So is there anything special you do to those 2 or 3 agents that are sending you business on a regular basis?
So in our office, I actually went, and so I'll send them, I've been digging into our dead leads, if you will, in our office, you know, loans that didn't close for whatever reason. And I'm just calling to find out if you know, where they're at in the process. Did they close somewhere else? What happened? So I've been able to refer some of those that were dead, actually, that I have, like, I reassessed and was able to get them requalified. For whatever reason, there was probably something that happened along the way that they didn't qualify prior, and they just kind of gave up, or they wanted to save money for down payment. And once they became more of a viable option, now I had a lead to actually give back to my realtors. And in sales, I mean, I learned this a long time ago. There's A, B, and C, right? There's your A group, your B group, and your C group. So my A group is that gives me business, so I refer business back to them. The B group is my target group that I don't get business yet, but I communicate with. And C group, they're not nice. Like, I just put them there. They'll stay there. Like, there's somebody that I will keep in my LinkedIn database. So they might get some updates on my LinkedIn, but you know, I'm not really targeting them for conversation. So with my A group, I just started referring them business as well. So it just cultivated that relationship even further.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Lauren, do you have any questions for Carla about how she's built her business from the ground up?
I mean, not right now. She's kind of hit on everything, and you've asked her some really good questions. So not right this second.
So Myra, was there anything that caught your ear?
Yeah. So, Carla, when you say your office, are you working in a real estate office, or are you working with a group of people from Van Dyke? I guess I wasn't really clear on that piece.
No, so I have an office that Gold Star has, which is in Livonia. We're actually headquartered here in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Right now, I'm actually working from home because of the weather. So I go actually to our office in Livonia at least 3 to 4 days a week because it just creates that presence. And I also meet with my clients when I'm like, after we pre-qual and we go through cost analysis, I want to sit down with them so that I can show them all the different programs and what it would look like at different terms with this much down versus this much. So at first, when I first started, I had them come to the office in Livonia because it gave that, again, that legitimacy of our standing. And now I just meet with them, where it's convenient, typically like in a Starbucks or whatever. But and we'll just kind of go through everything. I just bring my computer.
I got you. All right, thank you.
Sure.
Daphne, any questions for Carla?
Carla, so you mentioned that you search for real estate agents on Zillow. And right now I'm trying to build my own real estate kind of like database. And how did you really my question, I guess, is like, how did you nurture those relationships for them to get to know you and trust you? I know that you said, like, I know you started somewhere and like everybody starts somewhere, but I'm trying to gain trust in real estate agents. Like I've been doing a lot of cold calling myself, and I'm kind of dabbing into doing open houses with real estate agents, but I was just wondering like how you nurtured those relationships.
So now a lot of them are starting to ask about co-marketing. I haven't done that yet. It's something it's not something that I wouldn't say I won't do. It's just something I didn't do when in the first year, just based upon the inconsistency, right, of starting out. I targeted new agents. Everyone I seem to go after the large agencies, the large brokerages. I just targeted new agents because they were starting out. So even if they're starting out, they have 1 to 2, deals, or they're trying to pick, they'll call me with a lot of questions, and we're both kind of learning together. That's what I found last year. And now, a bunch of them are starting to, to produce. So I'm anticipating that we'll continue to keep these relationships going. A lot of them also have preferred lenders in-house. However, they don't have to use their preferred lender. And I just made sure to let them know that, we do our underwriting in-house, we do our own processing. So there's a lot of fees and that we don't have that others have. So, and same, like they're having to pay for that lender to be in-house. So it just added a different element of ability to just have those conversations and save their clients money. It's just the conversation. There's no real way to gain that trust, but just to continue the conversation, continue the follow-up, be there when they call, show that, you know what's going on with the market. I mean, I don't know if you guys have MBS Highway, but every day that gives you your morning and your evening wrap up. And I always let my realtors know, like, this is kind of on the forefront, especially if there's big things going on in the market, and when we're going to get, new pricing and bond hits, and when we should float. I keep my realtor partners updated because it affects them as well.
That's a great idea. And a helpful hint is if you kind of drill down on his website, he has a blog, and that has kind of more general information.
Right.
Sometimes you want the daily wrap up, and sometimes you just want some talking points about what's going on. Barry Abib really does an awesome job. And also, Daphne, we have, in addition to Zillow, the MMI, the Mortgage Intelligence Program. I don't know if you have that, Carla, but you can actually look up an agent and see what their production was last year. So, Nidhi, anything that caught your ear? Any good ideas you heard?
I heard many good ideas, but I don't have any question for her.
Okay. So, Carla, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
It sounds like you've just got all the building blocks in place, and that I think your business is going to really take off. you'll probably double or triple your business this year. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Oh, I hope so. Well, thank you. If you guys need anything, any questions on anything, I'm happy to share.
Thank you,
Thank
Carla.
you.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
So, you know, I had Carla on, she closed 7 million. We've had people on that have closed 30 million their first year, and it's a little bit hard to wrap your head around. 7 million in our market is like a couple of loans a month, and you're almost at 7 million. So, you know, I think the way she did it, kind of old school, I was really impressed with. So I'm going to try an experiment here, which may or may not work. I'm going to share my screen, and then I'm going to play a video, and we will see. Let's try this video right here.
Oh, God.
Hey, so tell me right away if you can hear it. Hold on.
Stephen, it says there's a button on the bottom left corner of your screen that says share computer audio.
Hold on. Bottom left of my screen says you are sharing. And let's see.
Is there not something that says share computer audio?
Well, could y'all hear that when she started talking?
No.
Mm-mm.
Hold on. Share sound. It was on the right side on my computer. Hold on. Let's see if you hear something.
In this, basically, as I've
Yeah,
been working as a mortgage
that's it.
Can you
advisor,
hear?
I have realized
We can hear, but
that
we can't
so many
see.
of my clients are overwhelmed.
Hold on. You can do what now?
We
So
can
we can't
hear, but
see.
we're not able to see, yeah.
But then the video cut off and you can't see it?
No,
Hold
we
on.
can't.
It might be on a different screen, your video. Because we see your
Okay.
document with the links.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
There you go.
Okay. Now tell me if you can hear it.
They don't know where to start. Some of you have a real estate agent.
Could
Yes,
you
we
hear
can
her?
hear you.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got audio and video. Okay, here we go. So this is a video our good friend Lauren did. I don't know where Lauren's gone. She's disappeared from my
I'm
list.
still here.
Okay, here we go. So
I'm
let's listen to it.
hiding.
Okay, so we're gonna watch some of these videos, and okay, everybody has to put their feelings aside. We're gonna critique them, and you're gonna get critiqued by your peers, and it's a learning process. So nobody can get their feelings hurt. We're just gonna say to try and help.
Good morning, my little mortgage minxes. I'm going to start a little series called Mortgage Monday. Super clever, I know. In this, basically, as I've been working as a mortgage advisor, I have realized that so many of my clients are overwhelmed. They don't know where to start. Some of you have a real estate agent, some of you don't. If you do have a real estate agent, most of you have heard, this is great. Let's get started. Let's get your pre-approval letter. Well, what does that mean? What is the difference between a pre-approval letter and a pre-qualification letter? What is your average credit score that you need in order to be able to qualify? What about student loans? Can you get a mortgage if you have them? What if your student loans are in deferment? Down payments. How much money do you have to put down on your mortgage in order to not have mortgage insurance? What is mortgage insurance? I'm hoping to make this a place where I can answer those questions. Every Monday, I will hop on and do a really short video. I know that we're all super busy and nobody wants to listen to me talk all the time. So I will answer one question. You can leave that question in the comments. You can text me, email me, call me, however you want. I will leave all of my contact information at the bottom of this video, so you have everything that you need in order to reach out. As always, if you're looking to purchase or to refinance, I would love the opportunity to earn your business. So please reach out if you have any questions regarding that. But yeah, other than that, I think it would be great to just make a little space where we can all come together and learn some new stuff, maybe answer some of those questions that you're too nervous to call a lender who you don't know and ask, or you feel like everybody already knows this question. There's a lot of misconceptions as far as what it takes to qualify for a mortgage, and I would love to be able to help you answer some of those questions. So yeah, leave a comment, contact me, whatever, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye.
Okay, so let's talk about it. So, Daphne, are you there?
Yes, I am.
So what did you like?
It was a great, friendly introduction video of like setting a tone and a presence. And you have like a nice, calm voice that people might feel welcoming.
I agree, totally agree. Personality shines through, very friendly. Nitty, what do you
I love it, Lauren.
Oh, thanks, Needy.
Okay, somebody say something that needs to be fixed or changed. Come on.
But you say several times to contact you, maybe like insert, I don't know where you posted this, but maybe insert somewhere that has your phone number or your email address or something like that, or even mention it during the video.
Yeah, so I sent this to my marketing person, and I'm hoping she's supposed to make it like zhuzh it up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So, and they're gonna put my contact information at the end, because yeah, I was like, I didn't even say how you could get in touch with me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's a little feedback. So I thought it was great. I think that like the second half of it needs to be really succinct. I feel like you could have got the same message in 30 seconds less. But other than that, so you have to be careful about kind of repeating yourself. And I think Daphne did pick up on something. It's okay to ask for business, but just one time. And in today's world, so this to me is more suited for Facebook. Is that what you were thinking?
Yes.
So there's all kind of ways. I know how to contact you if I see a video on Facebook. So,
right.
And the other thing with corporate doing some edits is fine, but I like the fact that it's raw and that it's not like super polished with a little intro music and cartoon in the beginning and all that,
Yeah.
I'm not crazy about that.
Well, I figured that if they send me their video and I like my version more, I'll just post mine.
See that toxic person? We're walking the other way. See that toxic person? And we're walking the other way. Toxic person, walk the other way. Toxic person, walk the other way. Toxic person, walk the other way. Walk the other way.
Myra, what'd you think?
And Lauren, I have really watched it 3 times, and I'm like, I need to get on TikTok. How to do TikTok videos?
It was busy and it was quick.
Yeah, I like it. It was busy. Yeah.
Catching. Yeah.
It was busy and it was quick, and obviously it's for TikTok. I like it. It shows a side of your personality that's very, very likable. Okay.
Thanks. I think that's the same video, just FYI.
This is Bob. Bob loves his personal space. This is Larry. Larry also loves Bob's personal space.
So this is terrific because, as you know, we all subscribe, Myra, we all subscribe to the marketing strategy of jab, 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 hook. Now, can you put out videos once a week about mortgage information? Absolutely. But mixed in there has got to be the personal stuff. Now, I'm looking at your engagements, Lauren. What kind of engagements did you get on that video?
A lot.
A lot. a lot
Yeah,
more
you
than
have
your.
to pull it up to look. It was a lot of engagement on both of those videos that I
I
posted.
saw it was like 50 or 60 different comments and engagements, and you're just not going to get that on your business video. It's kind of like when you does anybody have a puppy and then they have to give the dog medicine, and then you have to like wrap the medicine in like cheese or something, right? Because they want, you can't just hand the dog the pill and he eats the pill, right? You have to sneak it in there. So same thing. You give them that friendly homespun stuff, and they and then jab, and then you hit them with the business ask, which is okay because we work for a living, right? Okay, so now this is a LinkedIn video. Actually, I'm going to play your other one first. Okay, hold on. Whoop.
Do I need 10%?
Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Good morning, everyone. It's a Monday morning, and my Wednesday topic would be how much down payment do I need? Do I need 10%, 20%, 15%? Let's talk more about it on Wednesday. Call me or text me if you have any questions. My number is 404-775-8501. Thank you.
So that was kind of a hype video, I guess, for what's coming. Nitty.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So you're going to do an informational video, and you're kind of squeezing a little bit more juice out of it by having a little hype video, which is perfectly fine. Anybody have any comments about it? I mean, it was only a few seconds.
Hey, does
like
anybody? Oh, sorry.
No, I was saying I like that it was short, simple.
Yeah, it kind of grabs your attention. But do you have any idea of, like, you know, you do the hype video on Monday and then Wednesday you're going to come back and give them that info? I mean, do you feel that people are coming back to listen to that, you know, after you've hyped them up?
Yes. Yes, people are.
You're seeing it? Okay. It's good to know.
Yeah. Though it's very less, I would like to have more, but slow and steady is building up. Yes.
So I like everything about it except for two things. Number one is, and we talked about this, you're looking down at the camera.
Right.
And the other thing is, I don't really like this whole busy thing at the end with the stripes and all. I mean, we're mortgage professionals, just something real super simple. I think would be better, but that's just my personal opinion. In reality, it probably doesn't matter at all. But
no, sure. I'll talk to Kyle about it. Like, he made the changes, so I'll talk to him about it.
And then, so let's look at this one. Hold on.
About 5 types of loans we have and how much down payment you need to stay.
So look, just real quick notice. I mean, obviously Nitty is very attractive, but look at how when she's looking at me, it's like she's talking to me and is even more attractive. Let me move this. I want to get every second. Here we go.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday. So we'll talk about 5 types of loans we have and how much down payment you need for each loan. So first is conventional, second is FHA, third is USDA, fourth is VA, and fifth is the non-conforming loan. So in conventional loan, if your score is 620 and above, you're looking at a down payment of as low as 3%. But always remember, if you are not making a down payment of 20%, you're looking at private mortgage insurance. Then comes the FHA loan. FHA loan, if your credit score is above 580 but below 620, you're looking at a down payment of 3.5%. And let's say if your credit score is in between 500 and 580, you're looking at a down payment of 10%. For VA loans, they are backed by the Department of Veteran Affairs, and they are exclusive to military service members, veterans, and eligible surviving spouse. Many lenders preferred a scores of 620 and above, and there is no down payment for that loan. Then comes the USDA loan. Now they are insured by the US Department of Agriculture, and they are for the home buyers who are in designated rural areas. You are not required to make any down payment, but there are income requirements to qualify for that loan. And you would need a minimum credit score of 640. Last is our non-conforming loans. So our conforming loan limits is 647,200 for this year. So if you go beyond that, it is called as non-conforming or jumbo loans. In that, you'll have to make a down payment of 20%, and you also need your credit score to be above 680. Call me, text me if you have any questions about these loan programs or where I can help you. My number is 404-775-8501. Thank you.
Okay, so now, Lauren, tables are turned. What did you think of that video?
I love it. I love everything about it. Needy, I feel like I could listen to you talk for forever. But I love how it's super concise. These are the loans, these are the limits. There's no extra stuff in there to confuse people. It's literally just the facts, but in a nice way. So I thought it was great.
So I think you came across really polished and professional and knowledgeable. I like the little edits that they did. And, you know, and the music was very, very mild and pleasing. And so it's not over production. It's not, you know, too many edits. It's just some light editing. I like it. So how long from start to finish did it take you to make this video?
3 minutes. I just did one edit.
Really?
And that also got stuck. Otherwise, just 1 minute. I had the whole script in front of me that I have to say, and that's it.
So that's really terrific. So yeah. So the other thing is getting them polished with edits and so forth. You don't want to be chasing perfection and then cut down on your content by 50% because you're spending so much time on your videos. But I really think it's excellent. I think you look great and sounded great. And the edits were good. And, you know, you may want to think about, I don't know what that music was, just the little beats or whatever, but, you know, using that consistently so that people start to get, you know, some sort of recognition. They hear the music or whatever, and they know that it's a video from Nitty. That's really terrific. That said, oh, and the other thing is, in your quest for content, I wouldn't hesitate to break each one of those down. So those 5 down payments, they could be 5 different videos as time goes on, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, just ideas for more content. I think
Sure.
I think you hit a home run with that one. Let's see.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm showing this video for a reason.
Hello, it's snowing in Atlanta. You can see my ear-to-ear smile because in Atlanta it doesn't snow as much as it's snowing today. So I'm happy. Enjoy the snow. Bye.
So I think that video is awesome. And the reason is, as we talked about, mixing in the personal with the business, how many engagements did you get on that video?
I have to check.
Okay, a lot. 60, 70, 80 people. In fact, as soon as I saw the snow, I was thinking to myself, I wonder if Nitty got snow back in her hometown, because I know nothing about India. I mean, except that I know that a lot of it is very hot, right? So, yeah, so I think it's terrific. And you got a lot of really good engagement. And it just shows you're never going to get the engagement on your business videos that you do on your personal videos. So you always need a good mix. Okay.
that consists of, what your monthly mortgage. Hey guys, so today I want to talk about mortgage payment and what that consists of, what your monthly mortgage payment is. Rule of thumb is that you do not want to spend more than 28% of your income on a mortgage payment. It's just something that we recommend because you have other expenses that come up throughout time and you don't want to basically be house poor. So your mortgage payment or budget is going to consist of your principal balance, your interest rates, your homeowner's insurance, your property taxes, and the HOA fees. HOA fees are based on the neighborhood or if you are living in a condo. Your property taxes are based on your county or city. And then the homeowner's insurance is based on your credit and how much home you are trying to purchase. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below, and yeah, we'll see you next time.
Okay, so let's give Daphne some good feedback to help her. Joyce, I see you in there.
Yep, I'm here. Excuse me.
So this was a TikTok video because it says TikTok in the corner, and then I guess you reposted it on LinkedIn. Is that what you did, Nitty?
Me?
I'm sorry,
Yeah, that's
Daphne.
what I did.
Excuse me. Okay. So go ahead, Joyce, and what did you think? Give us some feedback.
I think, you have such a sweet voice, Daphne. You're very, engaging. People want to listen to that. I would think the thing that I noticed was that you were kind of fidgety, like your hands on the bottom moving all, that was kind of distracting. So maybe not be so fidgety and, focus more on, or zoom in more on just your face or like from your neck up. Cause I do the same thing with my hands when I talk with my hands. But when someone's looking at you, sometimes that can be distracting. So maybe move your camera up to where it's just your neck up. Then you can do whatever you want with your hands and it doesn't, other people don't see it. But other than that, I mean, the information was good. The homeowner's insurance part I thought was a little bit off. That's not really, you said it was based on your credit score and how much home you want to purchase, but I would just more say that's, insuring the exterior and interior of your home to protect you against, whatever kind of thing.
Thanks, Joyce. So Nitty, what did you see?
Same as Joyce mentioned. One is the credit score. Homeowners insurance is not at all associated with our credit score. And my advice to you would be like, maybe just read it from a blog. Like when I was doing this video, the first one or the second one, I had it from a blog on Lending Tree. And I just, took some information from that and put my information, and that's it.
Are you saying you used somebody else's idea?
I did, but it wasn't a video. It was just a text. And there was some text from Keeping Current Matters too, which I collaborated. I still have both of these articles on my screen, and I mix match what I need to take from both of them.
Absolutely. I use other people's ideas every day. So Daphne, so I have to give you a little bit of tough love about this.
And one last thing I would like to add. When you make the videos, do send them to the marketing team so that they would advise you whether it's good to go or not. Like, I remember we were on a call on Tuesday on Ops Huddle, maybe that was the call, where they mentioned that we have such a good marketing team, which I never knew of, that they can edit the videos also. That's where I got my courage, and I sent my first video to Kyle. He made the changes. He said, Niti, this is not looking good. Why don't you do it again and send it back to me? So,
how long a turn time when you sent the video to Kyle from when you heard from him?
If you tell him, like, I sent him one video on Monday and I said, I need it tomorrow because Wednesday morning I'll post it. He did it. He sent it to me by Monday afternoon.
He really is terrific. So Daphne, just my thoughts, and I'm really this is coming from the heart, and I really want to help you. Is so I think what we've seen in business is everybody is more and more casual today. Like, I just never wear dress clothes. But at the same time, I think that the big sweater with the sleeves that are too big looks a little bit sloppy. So I think casual's okay, but you have to look a little bit more tailored. The other thing, the part that, I almost, obviously you don't want to give out incorrect information, but what I think caught my ear bigger than that was when you were describing the housing debt ratio, and you said, that's just something we do. Well, everything is done for a reason, and there's a reason behind it. And you need to research that, or just simply leave it out, so that it sounds like you're a little bit more of an expert and that you're a person that has all the right answers. Daphne, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Do you think that's good feedback?
Yes.
Okay. Let's look at one more, and then we'll be done with videos. Also, you have to think about, and this is something that Gary Vee talks a lot about, you have to think about context. And a video that you make on Facebook, you can kind of change the comments, and a lot of times use that on LinkedIn. But I think LinkedIn being the most professional, Facebook being more casual, family oriented, and then TikTok being the most fun and whimsical, I think it's hard to make a video that goes from LinkedIn and TikTok. Those are kind of the two extremes. Even if you put different comments, that's a little bit of a stretch, but it's just something to think about. So this video right away, I think that you're dressed a lot nicer. You look a lot more polished. Let's see what you have to say.
So today we're going to talk about down payments. Yay! So, down payments are one of the biggest parts of a transactional purchase when you're purchasing a home, and they can be extremely challenging to save up for. So I have 4 tips for you for ways to save, I guess. So the first one is to determine how much you need to save. You can do this by getting pre-qualified and figuring out how much house you can afford with the income that you have, and then at that point decide how much of a down payment you want to put down. And down payments can range from anywhere from like 3% if you're a first-time home buyer, or it can be 5% or 3.5%. The most idealistic would be a 20% down payment, so that you can avoid mortgage insurance if you were to qualify for a conventional loan. However, there are ways to get around it, and you can get an FHA loan, and or you can do a VA loan if you were part of military service. Another tip would be to map out your saving goals. I don't know, say I'm going to save X amount this year or X amount this month, and just make it a goal that you want to meet every single year. I know for myself, if I set a goal, I am way more likely to meet it. Because I hate like setting goals for myself and then like not accomplishing them. A third one would be to cut out any unnecessary expenses or subscription services that you do not utilize. I know that a lot of us are spenders who spend not above our means, but like on stuff that we don't necessarily need, like going out to eat all the time, or going out all the time and getting drinks or shopping, or maybe just like live below your means so that you can save for a down payment for a house. And then the first one is maybe automate your savings, like out of your paycheck, automate through your bank account or in some fashion that every 2 weeks you're going to take out $200. Like, for example, I work at a restaurant as well, and I always, every 2 weeks when I deposit my cash, I make sure to deposit $200 into my savings account. So I'm saving $400 every month.
Okay. Lauren?
Yeah, so Daphne, I think that it's great in the fact that you seem completely human. Like, it's just somebody who you're talking to who's giving you great advice on what you should do as for saving a down payment, and then giving examples of yourself as to what you do. I noticed that you look down a lot, like at your notes. My only tip would be, I have these like sticky note things, and so I write down what I'm going to say, and then I stick them onto the top of my computer so I can like look, you know, not remove my eye contact consistently from where I'm looking.
I think that's good feedback. So I think that the content of this video is good and can be helpful. I think that in the beginning, when you're talking about the amount of down payment, you're a little bit hodgepodgey and it's a little bit disconnected. I think that first part needs to be a little bit more direct, because what you want to get through that in a few seconds, because what you're really getting to is how a person can save up the money, some strategies for saving up the money. I think that, there again, as far as when we think about context, the casual nature of the video is more suited for TikTok, but at the same time, I'm not sure that 3-minute videos work that well on TikTok. And on LinkedIn, when you're talking to a professional crowd, it just needs to be a little bit more polished. My recommendation is to go ahead and what I do is I don't write out a script, but I jot down an outline that has like my points and so forth that I want to make, so that it's just better for my memory to see it on paper. But you may want to go a step further and make an outline, maybe write out a little bit of a script and practice it a few times so that you come out a little bit more polished. So you have to find that balance from coming out and sounding like, a news anchor person that's like a robot, and then, just a casual conversation with your friend. You have to kind of find the balance somewhere in the middle. Does that make any sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And we're back. So I hope, I know it's tough to watch ourselves on video. I hope you got a little bit out of that, as far as seeing all the do's and don'ts and everything. And I really appreciate you guys making an effort to post videos. I think that's, I just think that, it's not something of the future, it's the here and now. Okay, so Myra and Adam, we are in a little contest where we're keeping a scorecard that I know you guys are not involved in, but I'm going to run through our standings real quick, and I'm happy to send you. Adam, did you ever look at that? I sent an attachment to you a couple times.
Yeah, absolutely, Stephen. I've been using it just to track my own progress. Terrific. I know I'm not competing with you guys, but I am keeping track of that.
Okay, terrific. Yeah, so Myra, what it is it's a scoring system of all your little prospecting, and it's weighted so that if you send an email, you get 1 point. If you make a phone call, you get 5 points. But if you have a face-to-face meeting, then you get 25 points. And, I really think that mimics real life. A face-to-face meeting is about 25 times more powerful than an email. So I'm going to send you a copy so you can look at it. And
yeah, that would be awesome. Thank you.
So we're having a contest, and we are at the halftime. I looked at the first 4 weeks, and let's see what we got. So Lauren is in first place with 1,109 points. And oh, by the way, there's a $500 prize at the end of the 8 weeks. Nitty, hold on, Daphne is in second place with 1058, which is not very far behind. And Nitty is at 899, which is still in the running. All of y'all are in the running. And the way to, I mean, it's no secret. More face-to-face appointments is going to win the day. You're going to rack up the points. You know, in basketball, they have the 3-point shot. That's the 25-point shot. So, okay. So one other thing we're going to talk about is, did y'all watch that video that Jordan Harbinger did?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me about something that caught your eye. So we did 14 weeks of his networking. Is there any of those techniques that stuck with you? Nitty, give me one out of the 14 that you're going to use.
14 that I'll use.
Lauren,
not on top of my mind, no.
So I have two. The being like the middle person. I don't remember the specific thing that he called it, but you know, that introductory person who's trying to connect people together. That I try to be a lot, because I feel like I know a lot of people who have, you know, they're self-employed or they own their own businesses, or someone works on ACs, or somebody can pressure wash your house. And, you know, if I can be that contact for them, then hopefully after enough contact and building them up, that'll return to me. And then something that I tried to focus on the other week, because I was really sick a week ago, was just reaching out to people in my sphere of influence and just touching base with them. People that I don't, you know, consistently talk to on a daily basis.
Right. So that was the, so either like looking through your old Gmails or your old texting, and we've done those exercises. What about you, Daphne?
The one thing that stuck to me the most is the ABG, which is like always be giving. And I like to be somebody that is a wealth of knowledge to other people. So like, I like if someone needs a recommendation for a restaurant, or they need a recommendation for a dentist or whomever, I like to be that person for them. I also think that shows like empathy, because like you're showing that you care about them and their well-being and everything that they want. So that's something that I have always used, but it sticks hard with me.
Yeah, I think that's terrific. Come on, Nitty. I'm not going to let you off the hook on this one.
Sphere of influence. So every week, Monday and Thursday, I text to my borrowers or my friends who want to do business with me, but they just don't want to mix professional and personal life. So I always tell them that, okay, fine, you don't use me, that's okay with me, but refer me to your friends. So day before yesterday, only one of my friends has closed a house, but he didn't use me, but he introduced me to the realtor. So now me and realtor are seeing how we can work together. So I'm working more on my sphere of influence.
Okay, that's great. So those two techniques, we, if you remember back, they were at the very beginning. That
Yes.
was the, we did the Connect 4, where we went back and found at least 4 people away in our texting that we haven't talked to in a while. And then the other one was called Gmail Roulette. Same thing, went through all of our emails and thought, you know, who haven't we talked to in a while? So, okay, that's terrific. Anything else? All right, is it ready for 10 questions? Okay, this is Myra, you're new to this. We have a contest at the end of every show, 10 questions, and the prizes are absolutely nothing. But we learn. Okay. What's it called when you're in a position that you don't think you deserve? Let me explain. You get a promotion, or you're in a group and you go to this function, and the whole thing are real estate agents that make like $1 million a year, and you feel very insecure. What is that called? If any of you all watched the video, you would have picked up on that.
Imposter syndrome?
That is exactly right. Ding, ding, ding. Imposter syndrome. And who has imposter syndrome? Who is plagued by this?
I mean, everyone, probably.
Just about everyone. We've all been in that situation where we've given responsibilities or been with a group of people and we feel like we're not worthy. We feel like, we're going to get discovered. Somebody here is going to realize I shouldn't even be here. I'm not even in this class of people. I don't even know what I'm doing. I mean, it's just, but everybody is plagued by that, all the way up to CEOs. And the thing to know is, to make you feel better, is to know that it is so rampant. And you just have to put it aside and say, look, I may be a little insecure now, or maybe I am stretching, but I'm going to grow into it. And this is how I'm going to do it. And everybody has these feelings from time to time. Completely normal. Okay, so I don't know if you, Myra and Adam, I don't know if you're involved in our Gary V book club meetings, but so he talks about empathy and kindness is coming up this Wednesday. So why do you need empathy at all? I mean, if you're kind to people, isn't that kind of the whole story, to be kind to people? Why do you need empathy when you have kindness? Just give me a general something.
Empathy shows that you care. And when people see that you care, then they look to you as like somebody that they can confide in and trust.
Well, can't you just deploy kindness to everybody and then
no, because kindness can come off fake. Empathy really shows that you are listening and you're paying attention, and it's something that it doesn't even just happen in like one conversation. It's something that can take over time. Kindness can just be like, it can come off really fake, and empathy is just more genuine.
Okay. So I know this is kind of an ambiguous question, but my take on it is that kindness to each person is an individual thing. And how do I know how to direct my kindness? So until I know about Lauren and I understand her thoughts and feelings, then I know how to be kind, right? Because kindness to Lauren is something different than kindness to Daphne. So the empathy part comes first, and that kind of gives you the direction on how to deploy your kindness. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So according to Jordan Harbinger, so when do you dig the well? Come on, he says this all the time. So when do you dig the well? And Myra, this is about making contacts. Digging the well is reaching back to your contacts. Adam, when do you dig the well?
You're digging the well all the time, right? I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I would think that you'd be digging it all the time.
Right. So the key is you dig the well before you're thirsty. And the example that he gave is somebody gets laid off from work and they have to find a new job. And what do? They go to the Rolodex and they call all their friends who are in the, if they're an accountant, they call all their friends who are in the finance business, accounting, to look for a job. And then, Nitty's going to be like, okay, that's great, Stephen. I haven't heard from you in 3 years. And now you're calling me looking for a job. I don't know if I know anybody. Okay. But if I had kept contact, if I had been digging the well all this time, then it's a very easy, casual conversation to say, do you know anybody, Nitty? And you're like, sure. In the back of your mind, yeah, Stephen's one of my friends. We talk every now and then, so that's the point. Okay. So who knows when the Super Bowl is? Come on, give me
13th of February.
What time?
It's at
6:30 p.m.
6:30.
Wow, we got a lot of football fans. Okay, on our charts, how many points is our goal for each week?
60.
300.
Oh, 300.
300 for a week, 60 for a day. Yeah.
Correct. So did everybody watch that video? Myra, did you watch that video that John Jones did about using mortgage, MBS Highway, about consolidating debt?
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was good. Did y'all either?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I was able to use it to kind of do the rent versus buying for somebody. I had pre-qualified or pre-approved, I should say, and they just have a lot of the younger borrower and have a lot of questions and thoughts and what should I do or shouldn't I do? Do I get into the market now and buy and so I use that to kind of demonstrate, and it really helped him. It's a visual. So a lot of people are visual.
Absolutely. And not to get off track, but Adam, what do you tell your customers when they say, I'm just going to rent a year and save my money?
Oh, I'm like, when do you want to get on the elevator? It's either now or later, but you're losing this much money. I can show them exactly how much they're going to have to spend if they wait a year.
And if you're like our market here in Atlanta, rental rates have gotten crazy. I mean, to rent a decent 2-bedroom apartment will cost you more than a 4-bedroom house in a mortgage. I mean, it's just crazy. It's not like, I remember, because I'm old, 15, 20 years ago, you could rent a place on the cheap, if you weren't ready to buy a house. Those days are gone. Rents are just insane. So, okay. So, here's the question. So how does paying off debt using a cash out refi save a person money? How does that work? Why does that work?
Interest rates are lower.
And what's the other thing? There's 2 things that make it work.
Well, they can take cash out as well. And if they invest that cash, that can turn into a cash cow for them.
Okay, but let's just say I have a car loan and it's 4%. How's that going to save me money to pay off that car loan?
That's extra money that's not coming out every month if you pay it off.
Okay, so the 2 things at play. Adam hit the first one, is mortgage rates are typically lower than just about any other consumer debt. But what happens if they want to improve their cash flow and they're like, but I got a terrific deal on this new truck loan and my interest rate is only 1.9%. They run those specials sometimes. Well, the other thing is the term. So if you take that short-term financing and spread it out over 30 years, that $600 car payment ends up to cost them about $120. So the savings is huge. So the combination of lower rates and longer term, really the difference can be astounding. So that's something to look at. Okay. What's the name of the groundhog? Nitty, what's the name of the groundhog that determines the weather on Groundhog Day?
I know Groundhog Day. I know it happens in Pittsburgh, but I don't know what's the name of it.
What's the name of the groundhog? Daphne,
Isn't his name Phil or something? I don't know. I don't pay attention to
Punxsutawney Phil or something.
That's right. And what a strange name. Yes, Punxsutawney Phil. I have no idea. It's obviously named after some famous person or something. But I always think that's pretty weird. Okay, so Myra, how much does it cost to extend a lock 10 days?
I can't answer that. I don't know. I haven't had to do it actually.
You haven't had to extend a lock? Okay.
I haven't. I've been on since October. Like
okay. Okay, you're just getting rolling. Okay.
I'm getting rolling. That's why I'm on.
All right, awesome. So Daphne, how much does it cost?
I don't know.
Anybody know? Adam, do you know how much it costs to extend a lock 10 days?
I'm gonna guess it's 1/8 of a point, but I actually don't know the answer. So.
Okay, so it's 1/8 of a point for every 5 days.
Good guess.
So for a 10-day extension would be 1/4 point. Now, that's not to say you can't call secondary and cash in a favor once in a while, but that is our standard fee. Okay, so Jordan Harbinger talked about a strategy when you refer somebody to make sure you have about a 99% chance that they're going to connect. So let's say you have a customer and they're looking at homes and they're all over the place, and you know a really good agent in that area. What's his strategy to make sure that the customer and the agent connect, the two people you're trying to connect?
Do the connecting. Like if you're going to connect them by email, send the email that puts the both of them on it together.
Okay, but that's not 100%. That won't get you to 99%. Okay, does anybody remember? Okay, so he uses and talks about the double opt-in strategy. So what I do is I ask the customer first, hey, I've got this agent, can I refer them to you? Then I ask the agent, hey, I've got a customer, can you help them? And then when you send that email, they've both given you permission to have them contact. It's about 99% chance that they're going to, even if they've changed their mind, they're probably going to connect with them just to follow through on their verbal commitment that they gave you. Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And lastly, he talked about the dossier technique. What does that mean, dossier technique? Nitty.
I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember.
Okay. So, Lauren, do you remember?
I mean, I remember hearing about the dossier technique, but no.
Daphne?
Is that the one with like the elevator pitch?
No, that's the elevator pitch.
Okay,
So,
I didn't know if it was custom. I don't remember what the dossier is.
So the dossier technique is where you should research everybody that you plan to do business with. You quote, put a dossier together, but what you're really doing is kind of cyber stalking and doing a little research. So Myra, every time you plan to meet with an agent, do you do a little research, check them out on Facebook or LinkedIn or anything?
Yeah, and also I use the MMI.
Excellent, Steve production. Just so you go into that meeting and you're going to be more confident because you're going to know that they have kids, you have kids. They like tennis, you like tennis, and they just went on a vacation and you just went on a vacation. And there's already some talking points that you can pick up through, I mean, people put everything online, what they're doing in their entire life. So it's a big help going into that situation. So, he refers to as putting a dossier together, which sounds like really important and official, but it's just doing some cyber research. Adam, you think that's a good idea?
Absolutely. I try and do it every time before meeting someone, see if I have some way to connect with them.
Okay. So that is our meeting. Anybody have anything they want to say or announce or anything? Well, thank you for joining us, Myra. Hope that you got a little something out of it.
I did, and props to you guys for getting that media stuff going, because I haven't gone there yet, but I need to.
It's taken us a while, so don't be intimidated by it.
Yeah, so it's good that you guys are working together to make it happen. So thank you guys for all of your input. I've taken lots of notes.
Awesome. All right. Talk to you guys later. Have a good day.
You too.
Where's